Hey friends. Well, I had I watched something. I guess I watched a video. Something popped up on my phone about Sadhguru. I forget what the topic even was, but he was asked a question about introspection. And his answer was basically, the question was like, how much introspection is good? How much, how can I stop my introspection from tilting into overthinking? And his answer was great. His answer was basically, there's no need for introspection. Which, those of us who are exceptionally inclined towards introspection might kind of take us aback a little bit. But his answer was, introspection is basically spending a bunch of time and energy looking at the recycled contents of the mind. It's inherently based on the past. And there's no liberation to be found in the past. There's only liberation to be found in this moment, in the now. And so and then he sort of calls it a Western influence. He was asked this question by an Indian student, and he sort of indicated or stated that he thinks this is an influence from the West, where introspection is kind of a fad, and that actually the spiritual approach, his approach to life and consciousness doesn't really require introspection in order to achieve liberation. And there's this great story that he tells about, or it's like, I guess it's an allegory or a fable about like sitting in a traffic jam. And let's imagine you're on your way to the airport and you're sitting in a traffic jam. You're worried you're going to be late for your flight. The traffic jam feels agonizing. It's, you can't go. You're frustrated. You're fighting it. You just want to get there. You want the traffic to clear up so you can get to the plane. You make it to the plane. Plane takes off and you're looking out the window. And now the traffic jam looks like this beautiful sea of lights stretching off into the horizon, into the night sky. And he says, well, and so what has changed? All that's changed is you've gained a little altitude and you have a new perspective. You're seeing the same thing with a little bit of a different perspective, an elevated perspective. And that image really struck me. I really found that compelling, and it speaks to so much of what just the vitalness of meditation, the incredible kind of value of settling into stillness, letting some of the thoughts dissolve. There's a great Hafiz poem, which I'm going to have to paraphrase because I don't know that I remember it word for word, but it's called "Toss the Rascals Out." And he basically says, who would want to sleep if there were crickets carousing in your bedroom all night? You should befriend your thoughts as much as you can, or if not, you should toss the rascals out. And it's this wonderfully sort of poetic, and I'm sure that it's a little more elegant than what I just paraphrased, but it's this beautiful sentiment that our thoughts are really not that big of a deal. We can, what we think truly doesn't matter unless it is being employed, unless thought is being employed for a specific purpose towards a specific end. It's a tool like anything else, You get in a thought and drive the thought to get somewhere, in the same way you get in a car and drive a car to get somewhere. It's a tool for a purpose. But the car just driving around randomly, willy-nilly, is safe and not useful. So, but this notion of elevating perspective and just kind of letting whatever's happening happen, not getting in there and figuring out what those thoughts are and where they came from and why, and felt right to me today. what I got today, folks. Much love. Have a great day. I will see you soon.